Hey everyone, thanks for watching How to Pixel, and in today's video I'm going to be comparing all of the places you can buy pixels from and sharing which ones I think are the best. I'm going to be comparing them on things such as cost, reliability, pixel selection, and shipping. So let's start the video. So if you're new to the lighting display hobby or even experienced, it can be overwhelming trying to figure out where to buy your pixels from. There's so many different vendors with different prices, selections, and many other different things. Well, today I'm going to be comparing what I think are the 7 best vendors to buy your pixels from, and at the end I'm going to share which one I think out of all of them are the best. All of this is my opinion and based on my experiences with these stores, so make sure you do your own research for what you need for your display. If you think there's any vendors I missed, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. Another thing I forgot to say is all of the information in this video with these places can change at any time. The prices could be different from the time you're watching this video. They may sell different pixels. They may be completely out of stock of pixels depending on the time of the year. So everything in this video may not be right if you're watching this way in the future. But other than that, let's get started. Out of the 7 stores, first I'm going to start with Wired Watts. Wired Watts is one of the most popular, if not the most popular, light show stores. Not only do they have a huge selection of pixels, but they also have tons of other light show items like power supplies, enclosures, wire, pigtails, computer parts, anything you could need. You could probably buy everything you need for your show from Wired Watts. So if you don't like purchasing items for your show from different stores, then you'll like Wired Watts. But we're here to compare pixels from different stores, so let's get into that. As I said, Wired Watts has a huge selection of different pixels, ranging in voltages, sizes, types, all within reasonable prices. They have both 5V and 12V pixels that can come in bullets, squares, icicles, pea sticks, strips, C9 bulbs, and floodlights. Almost every strand can come in Rayru and X-Connect style connectors. And the price for the average strand of 12V pixels is $30 for 100. But Wired Watts only sells their strands in counts of 50 for $15. The 5V pixels come in at $12.50 per 50 or $25 per 100. Wired Watts is in the US, so shipping doesn't usually take long and the fees aren't terrible. Their reliability and customer service is amazing in my opinion. I once received a dead pixel from them and they were very quick to answer my email and help me get a replacement. So overall, I think with Wired Watts' amazing selection of pixels and great customer service, it's definitely one of the best places to buy pixels from. However, if you're looking for pixels for a cheaper price, then keep watching. Next up is Gilbert Engineering. Gilbert Engineering mainly focuses on selling coral props such as snowflakes, mini trees, and pixel strips. However, they do sell pixels too. They have both 5V and 12V pixels with many different styles. Here are all of the different types available for 12V pixels, and all the types available for 5V pixels. You'll notice they also have a bulk option available to save you money if you're buying a lot of pixels. Their pixels can come in the most common connector sizes, either Rayru, X-Connect, or Paul Zhang style. For the average strand of 100 12V bullet pixels, it's $29.75. 100 5V bullet pixels come in at $26.75. They're also located in the US and shipping usually takes about a week. In my past experiences, their customer service has been a little slow, but they always try and fix any problems I have once they respond. Overall, Gilbert Engineering is another great place to buy pixels from, and if you're looking to buy coral props at the same time, then this is a great place to buy it all at once. Following Gilbert Engineering, we have RGB Man. RGB Man is a lot different from the previous stores and is better if you're looking to buy pixels in bulk. They get their pixels directly from China, so shipping takes a long time. And by a long time, I'm talking months. They don't have a huge variety of pixels and they are usually expensive if you aren't buying in bulk. They currently have both 5V and 12V pixels and they can come in either bullet style, C9, squares, and floodlights. The reason I say currently is because the available pixels change all the time. Currently, you can get a strand of 112V bullet pixels for only $24, but that's if you're buying at least 3,000 pixels. But that is saving $6 per 100 pixels, which could add up to a lot of money. I'd recommend checking out their website to see what pixels are in stock and their current prices. As for customer service, I've had no direct experience with it, but I've heard both good and bad stories from people who bought from here. A light show near me said they bought pixels from RGB Man, and after months of waiting, they never came. He tried contacting them, but they never responded, so he had to cancel the purchase from his bank. And then about a month later, the pixels did show up. Other people have told me they've waited the expected 2 to 3 months for their pixels, and they came perfectly fine. So if you're considering going through RGB Man, it's going to take a while for your pixels to come, but if you're buying thousands of them, it could save you a lot of money. Fourth on the list is Wally's Lights. Wally's Lights has an amazing selection of pixels and many other products too. Like Wired Watts, you could buy almost everything for your light show from Wally's Lights. They have both 5V and 12V pixels and a huge selection of styles for 12V pixels. 5V pixels only come in bullet style with either X-Connect or Array Roo ends, but the 12V can come in bullets, squares, 5 count or 9 count piece stakes, C9 bulbs, C7 bulbs, puck lights, ground lights, strips, and floodlights. Each style can also come in X-Connect or Array Roo ends. The average strand of 12V bullet pixels come in at a price of $28 per 100. The 5V pixels from Wally's Lights are kind of weird because they're usually cheaper than 12V pixels, however they're a cent more expensive than 12V pixels. The 5V pixels also only come in strands of 50 for $14 each. Wally's Lights are also located in the US, so shipping is usually fast and not too expensive. I've never bought pixels from Wally's Lights, but I've bought other things, and from my experience, their customer service is great. Overall, I highly recommend Wally's Lights. Their reliability is great, and they are among the cheapest vendors for pixels without having to buy them in bulk. Next, we have Ray Roo's store on AliExpress. Ray Roo's store is somewhat like RGB Man with how their pixels come directly from China, except the entire store is in China. Ray Roo's store has literally every type of pixels you could think of. You want bullets? They got them. You want strips? They got them. You want C9 bulbs? They got them. You want random circle balls that have pixels inside of them? They got them. You want... Okay, I think you get the point. They have every pixel type, every voltage, and every connector type. Most of the pixels on Ray Roo's store are meant to be bought in bulk and save you money. The prices per 100 pixels differ depending on how many you are buying and what type, so I'd recommend checking out the website to see the prices. Shipping usually does take some time since they're in China, and the shipping prices can often be expensive. So if you're thinking you're getting cheaper pixels by ordering through here, make sure you do the math and that the shipping price isn't more expensive than just buying pixels from the US. I ordered about 80 piece stakes from Ray Roo's store in May of 2022, and it took around a month for them to get here. They're all in good quality and I had no problems with them. I haven't had any experience with their customer service, but I've heard mostly good things about it. So if you don't mind waiting a little longer for your pixels, ordering them from here could save you a decent amount of money. Moving on to number 6, I wouldn't recommend buying pixels from these stores, but I put them on the list in case you don't want to buy pixels from an unfamiliar website. You can buy pixels from Amazon or eBay, but things are a lot different then. If you search RGB Pixels on Amazon or eBay, you will find some. However, most of these pixels you have to buy in exact numbers of 500 or 300 or 1,000, and they're usually a lot more expensive than any other websites in this video. Another problem you'll run into is the ends don't usually have pigtails on them, and returning the pixels if you get a dead one can be a hassle. I've heard many people say the quality of these pixels are also terrible, but I've had 100 pixels in my show that are from Amazon, and they've been holding out now for 3 years. The problem with Amazon or eBay is they don't focus on selling just pixels or just light show items, so their quality is generally lower. However, if you want to buy pixels from a popular website, then these are probably your best options. Moving on to number 7, our final website, Holiday Light Express. Holiday Light Express is a little bit different from the rest of the vendors as they sell both regular Christmas lights and RGB pixels. They may not have the biggest selection of pixels, but their prices are by far the best on this whole list. A strand of 100 12V bullet pixels only costs $26.50, and you don't even need to buy them in bulk. You can buy one single set if you want, and it will still only be $26.50. This is the cheapest price you'll probably find pixels without having to buy them in bulk. Holiday Light Express only sells 12V pixels, but they do have a few different styles. They have regular bullet pixels, square pixels, C9 bulbs with different spacing options, and floodlights. They can even come in white or black wire. However, they only have Ray Roo style connectors. They are located in the US, so shipping is usually very fast. I've never had to email them about any problems, so I'm not sure how their customer service is. But in a way, that's kind of a good thing that I've never had to email them. So if you're looking for the cheapest high quality pixels possible without having to buy in bulk, then I highly recommend Holiday Light Express. So that is the entire list of places to buy pixels from and information about them. Now I'm going to tell you which store I think wins for best store price-wise and which store wins for just best place overall. Like I said, this is just my own opinion. As I said, if you think I forgot any stores, please feel free to put them in the comments below. But I think price-wise, Holiday Lighting Express wins hands down. They sell the cheapest, high-quality pixels, and you don't even need to buy them in bulk. Although AliExpress or RGB Man may have cheaper pixels, you need to buy them in bulk and shipping takes a long time. That's why I think Holiday Light Express is the winner here. Now for best place overall to buy pixels from, this is a very hard decision for me. But I'm going to say Wally's Lights here is the winner, with Wired Watts being in close second, and I'll explain why. The reason I said Wally's Lights over Wired Watts is because Wally's Lights has everything you could need for a light show all in one store. On top of that, they have very competitive pixel prices, with them being the second cheapest on the list, not including buying pixels in bulk. However, Wired Watts is still an amazing place to buy pixels and many other items for a light show. I highly recommend both of these places. Now, this doesn't mean that Wally's Lights is the best place for you to buy pixels from, because everyone needs different pieces and parts for their light show, so another one of these stores in this list may work out better for you. I highly recommend checking out all of the websites in this video. All of them will be in the description below. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you were able to find it useful. If you have any questions or comments or think I missed any vendors, please feel free to put them in the comments below. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.